Previously, na-review na natin ang Redmi Note 15 4G and this time, hawak na natin ang kanyang 5G variant. Now, this phone also saw a steep na price increase para si Note 15 4G, well actually, yung buong Note 15 series ng taasan ng presyo. Now, titingnan muna natin kung kamusta naman performance nito yung phone na ito compared to its last generation and kung worth it nga ba ang price increase dito sa Note 15 5G. Bago natin husgahan siya na overpriced. So tara, let's go. So first things first, pag nakita mo itong box na ito, for me, it's a downgrade. It used to be, maganda kanyang box, may prints dito sa harap, yung design ng phone. But this time around, nag-cut back na sila, siguro nagtitipid sila sa colored ink. Kaya ginawa nila this time, simpleng red background and white ang kanyang text. Nakasulat dito sa gilid, Note 15 5G. So, buksan muna natin. Redmi. So, we have your SIM ejector tool. We have your quick start guide and warranty card. Meron tayong free na jelly case. And ito, halos similar ng kanyang texture sa Note 15 4G. Malambot. Now, here's the phone itself. Sinamahan din nila ng Type A to Type C cable. And may 45 watts na fast charging brick. Now, kung gusto mong makita ang specs na dito sa plastic, eto na. So, eto na main course. Uy, maganda tong kanyang glacier blue ah. I like this color. The Redmi Note 15 5G has three colors, black, glacier blue, and mist purple. Now, si Redmi Note 15 5G na may 8 gigs of RAM and 256 GB storage is currently priced at 14,999. And yung kanya 12,512 is priced at 17,999. Now, nabili ko tong phone na ito kay Shadi Philippines upon release and very accommodating kanina staff sa kanyang physical store. Now, if you're interested kung saan kayo pwede mag-walk-ins kanina, I'll post their Facebook page dyan sa description box below. And kung gusto nyo bumili sa online, I'll also post the link on the description box below. And feel free to click that link ng YouTube shopping link natin para i-route kayo sa official store. Huwag kayo basta-basta bumili kung saan-saan, iwas tayo scam. And every purchase na ginawa ninyo dito sa aking channel, it's a big help para makapabili ako ng mga bagong device to review just for you. So, thank you in advance. Now, in terms of design, okay naman siya. Honestly, hindi naman siya sobrang nagkakalayo dito sa kanyang 4G na kapatid. Pero feeling ko pag hinawakan mo, mas premium to. Medyo mas plasticky feel yung kanyang 4G na kapatid. And medyo mas shiny din ang kanyang camera module dito, which looks quite good. Mas manipis siya kaysa kay 4G. This is just 7.4mm thick compared sa 7.9 ng 4G. And mas magaan din siya at 178 grams versus 186. Not bad din ang kanyang bezels, hindi naman makapal. And I also like yung feel nito phone na ito in my hands kasi curved screen nga siya. Now, itong phone na ito is currently running HyperOS 2 inside Android version 15 and it gets a 4 years na major Android update. So you're good from 16, 17, 18, and 19 hanggang Android version 19 dapat ang makuha mo dito. Sana on time sila mag-roll out ng updates. Now, one thing na nag-improve dito from the Note 14 5G is yung kanyang IP rating. Dating IP64, ngayon IP66. Plus, may military standard 810H which means drop resistant na rin to phone nito na wala nung 14 5G. Which is for me not bad no. Kahit may kunting price increase siya. And by the way, the price increase is just 1,000 pesos. Ito yung pinakamababang price increase sa buong Note 15 series. Which I think kaya nga tinatanong ko sa title kung pwede ng pagtiyagaan. Well, malalaman pa natin further kung kamusta naman ibang performance naman niya. Pero sa IP rating at sa drop resistant, we saw a good improvement. We have a plastic back, plastic frame, and glass front with Corning Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection. Now, pagdating naman sa kanyang performance, wala ka namang magiging problema kaya if you're doing all of your multitasking on a day-to-day task, kayang-kaya naman i-handle ng kanyang processor, which is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 3. Well, honestly, hindi naman siya yung wow na chip. But for me, it's a significant upgrade compared sa last year, which is the Dimensity 7025 Ultra. Last year, kanyang score, nasa around mga nasa 400 plus Antutu benchmark score. This year, umabot na siya ng 521 dito sa Antutu benchmark. Kung gusto mo makita ibang benchmark na ginawa natin dito sa phone na ito, pakita ko muna sa inyo. Now, pagdating naman sa ng battery, we also saw a improvement. 5,520 mAh compared sa last year na 5,110. Ang kanyang charging speed is still the same, 45 watts. But this one, support na rin niya ang 80 watts na reverse wire charging na wala ng last year. And mind you guys na sobrang okay din ang battery nito, tumatagal talaga. Upon my testing, halos kulang-kulang 3 araw. Basta normal ang usage mo, hindi ka babad, it can give you a very long-lasting na battery life. Nung tinesting ko to, kulang-kulang kaya ko bigyan ng 3 days. Ito, 22 hours na screen on time. And kung gusto mo makita ang full specs nito phone nito, ito, pakita ko sa inyo. Kasi tamad na ako magbasa, hindi ako kasing sipag na ibang tech vloggers. Now, in terms of kanyang display, halos the same lang naman siya sa kanyang 4G na counterpart. AMOLED display, 6.77-inch na screen size. Meron lang siyang PWM dimming dito which protects your eyes, and quite high din ang kanyang peak brightness at 3,200 nits. Now, it means pag naglalakad ka under the direct sunlight, mababasa mo pa rin ang mga text sa iyo ng misis mo or ng girlfriend mo.
Basta ka na, umuwi ka na. May kasama ka na ng babae, no?
Hala ka. Now, in terms of social media experience dito sa phone na ito, okay naman siya. Wala akong naging problema. Until nung na-try ko siya na medyo bad ang signal ng Glow. Well, kasalanan ng Globe yun, hindi kasalanan ng phone. Medyo mabagal pang-load ng social media. Yung tipo mag-antay ka ng 5 to 10 seconds bago mag-load ng video. Ganun nakakainis. Basta bad yung signal ng Globe and Smart or dito is suffer din ang yung social media experience. Pero kung once na nakakonect ka sa Wi-Fi, maganda yung internet connection, you should have a good swiping experience. Well, kinukwento ko lang naman sa inyo yung honest experience ko. Pero kung nanood ka naman ng long format dito on YouTube, expect na maganda rin mga ng performance, wala kang maging problema dito sa kanya. Now guys, ito meron siyang dual speaker. 3 butas sa ibabaw and 5 sa ilalim, so medyo imbalance nga siya. Alam naman natin, kahit grade 2, alam imbalance yan. 3 is not greater than 5. Wow! So check natin kung cute nga ba ang kanyang sound. Well, ang kanyang sound is not bad. Hindi kasing cute ng 4G variant. Mas mahina yun. Ito, mas improve ng kunti. Now, pagdating naman sa gaming, 2 title nilaro natin dito, Honor of Kings and Call of Duty Mobile. Now, pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, expect that it will give you a good experience, and na-achieve naman natin dito consistently ang 60 FPS. Pero one surprising thing niya dito is umakit siya ng more than 60. Umabot siya minsan ng 80 FPS on some occasion. Habang tumatakbo ako na chinecheck ko yung FPS counter, habang siya ng 80. To my surprise, quite good naman ang gaming experience ko dito. Wala akong naging problema. Kahit this is a 6th Gen 3, wala akong na-feel na lags and the sound is just okay. Mediocre lang siya. So you better put on your favorite TWS kung gusto mo marinig yung mga kalaban mo from the left and the right. And hindi naman siya super init. Umabot na siya ng just 30 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Honor Kings, equally said, umabot din ako 60 FPS upon wild boost. And one thing na napansin ko sa kanya is okay ang kanyang touch response, wala kang may problema, the sound's just so-so. So talagang kailangan mo gumamit ng speakers to enjoy it better. Overall, the gameplay was solid, wala kang problema at medium graphical settings, and hindi rin siya mainit after 30 minutes of gameplay at 37 degrees Celsius. Now, check lang natin ang kanyang camera performance. This one has a 108MP na main camera sensor with OIS, 8MP na ultra-wide lens, and can shoot you up to 4K and 30. And yung kanyang harap is a 20MP na shooter, which can shoot you up to 1080p at 30fps. Now, pagdating naman sa mga outdoor shots na nakuha natin, pansin ko it's better than the 4G. Isang glance ko pa lang alam ko na medyo mas improve siya. Dahil yung mga color niya dito is better, mas accurate. Well, it's a little bit more saturated compared sa 4G, pero it gets the job done. Maganda to i-post sa social media, wala kang maging problema dito, and for sure makakakuha ka ng several likes dito sa kanya. And one thing na napansin ko on some of these flowers, be it purple or pink, mas color accurate siya compared sa kanyang 4G na counterpart. Kahit yung white, maganda rin ang kanyang pagka-reproduce sa kanyang color not bad. Na pagdating naman sa low light shot, pansin ko medyo a little bit more darker ang capture niya compared sa kanyang 4G counterpart. Pero this one looks more dramatic yung mga shots na nakuha ko dito. It looks a little bit better for me overall. Pati simple kick shot dito looks a little bit better compared sa 4G. It captures a little bit more detail din compared sa kanya. So this subject shot looks good. Okay naman siya under low light. And most of the shots na nakuha ko dito on indoor low light looks quite okay. Not so bad. And one thing to notice dito kay sa outdoor sa kanyang night shot, it performed better compared sa kanyang 4G na counterpart. Na pagdating sa kanyang front-facing camera, well, honestly, same sa 4G. Quite good, impressive ng kanyang front-facing camera na 20MP on outdoor Pero pagdating sa indoor, expect mo na maging mas softer on several occasions. Pero hindi naman siya kasing grabe nung sa 4G. Here's a quick sample ng kanyang front-facing camera na video. Guys, Redmi Note 15 5G. So So, may dalawang variant siya, no? 4G and 5G. This is the 5G variant. Surprising. 1080p and 30 FPS. Yeah, so, expected naman na medyo soft siya or low light. And ito naman sample using the rear one. And ito naman kanyang rear. 1080, 4K and 30 FPS. Ang Redmi Note 15 5G. So, I think not bad. Hindi lang siya super duper stable. Pero using my bare hand, I think pwede na. Now guys, anong husga ko dito sa phone na ito? Honestly, after reviewing the phone na ito with my experience, for me, ito na pinaka-okay bilhin sa buong Redmi Note 15 na series. Itong Redmi Note 15 5G. Bakit ko nasabi? The processor is improved compared sa kanyang predecessor. Kanyang camera performance got a boost. Nagkaroon na siya ng 4K video recording na 1080p lang sa kanyang predecessor. Better battery performance compared sa kanyang predecessor. Better design and better IP rating. Plus, meron na rin siyang drop resistance. All of that for just 1,000 pesos price increase compared sa ibang mga Note 15 series na ang taas-taas ng tinaas nila. Lalo na si Pro Plus, 5,000 ang tinaas. Grabe. So kung ako tatanungin mo sa buong Note 15 series, ito ang dapat ninyong bilhin. So if you're interested to buy this phone, I'll post the link on the description or just simply click the YouTube shopping link. And of course, in-encourage ko kayo to like, subscribe dito sa akin channel para hindi nyo ma-miss out mga honest review just like this one. So paano yan? Hanggang dito muna ako and I'll see you on my next video. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.